Hi guys, it's me. Do you need proof? It might not be me. Maybe I'm not me. I get this. I feel like, you know, what am I? Why am I here? What the fuck am I doing here? You know, I had to go to the shopping centre today because I needed some tops. You know, I wear these tops because I can't be bothered anymore at all looking around for clothes to wear, because clothes, and I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but they're all shit. They're all shit. Fashion has taken a massive nosedive. Back in the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s, people used to, well, some people used to wear, you know, stuff that was different, and it was like a statement. It was like saying, well, hey, I'm different, you know, look. And now everything is same. Everything is the same. You get your beige magnolia. Everything is fucking magnolia or navy and ugly with big, hideous, nasty floral designs or polka dots. God, I hate polka dots. Or like stripes. Fashion. I mean, everything is fucked up, alright, but you have a way of noticing something in particular, and that becomes a focal point telling you this is how fucked up the world is now. And fashion is one of these things, man. It's all polyester now. Everything is made of plastic, right? To find actual cotton that isn't genetically modified is like looking for a needle in about 1 million haystacks. So it's all shit, and it's all ugly, and it's all bad quality, and it's all made in China by people that are having their kidneys harvested and whatnot. It's fucked up. Anyway, so I'm in the shopping centre, and like, I never have this problem with sort of like NPCs harassing me. I get the opposite. I'm walking there, I'm there, and I'm like a fucking sword going through the butter. I know, because I see the people and I feel absolutely nothing, alright? I call it the tumbleweed sensation, because it's like, there's nothing. They seem to be afraid of me. They look at me like, ooh, you know, like, oh, please don't hurt me, or something like that, like I'm not going to hurt you, but it seems like my very presence makes them want to get away from me, and I'm good with that. Yeah, please do get away from me. Get the fuck away from me, because, you know, they are anathema to me. They and their worlds, their works, they're just minions. Some people are sold, and I can tell because I can feel it, but they're lost. They're just lost, and I feel bad for them because there's nothing I can do for them. And it's interesting as well, because I didn't smoke a single cigarette for 30 hours, not at all. I thought, right, that's it, I'm knocking it on the head. And then this morning, there was a weird sound in the sky, and it was very loud, and it was very high pitched. And my mood, something just went cook. And it was like I had a psychotic break. It wasn't quite a psychotic break, but something went badly askew, which is the virus within me, which doesn't want to die. And so I had a cigarette, which I didn't feel good about, but it was like, okay, what to do? It got really scarily fucking weird and twisty, and it was just rage, and it was violence, and it was hatred, and it was just like a shitload, like a tsunami wave of just virus. That's all I can describe it as. And I know for a fact that what we see out there, what is possessing us, lies within as well. And it has to be purged out. It has to be purged out, all of it. It has to go. I wish that I could reach in there and rip it out now. I've been doing this for so many fucking years, man, and the more of that putrid filth that leaves my consciousness, the more it expands, the more I see. But you get to a point where you think, whoa, man, Really? It's like these gay men, this is a thing on YouTube, dressed in some sort of like thing where they show their bodies off and their fucking genitals, and they were on a podium and there were thousands of children and they were all cheering and their parents were there and they were all clapping, and I'm like, wow. Or the fact that it looks likely that they're spraying us all with lithium. That's just like chemtrails and God knows what else. Anything to stop this breakthrough. And then you get the grace that I speak about, you know, grace. The magical world, which is so peripheral, which is so beyond this world, yet somehow comes into this world and touches us. And it's that choice again of, okay, do I give in to this insanity and allow it to lie to me, to manipulate me and tell me that I'm doomed, that we're finished and that evil's won? Because I look at the world and I see that I have no words for it. I have absolutely no words for it at all. I really don't. It's like, I'm just speechless, you know. They're building roads everywhere. They're chucking up houses everywhere. They are... music now is just pure filth. Television series, films, you call them movies in America, it's all filth. It's all a putrid celebration of filth. Where fashion for little children, this new clothing line by Celine Dion, dressing children up as demons, and or 5-year-old little girls on the runway in some sick pedophile fest like stuff, whatever. I mean, and wow, this is just like hell is being created here. A hell realm is in the making here, and there's people out there who would say, oh, Anika, you're being so negative and you shouldn't say that because, you know, what you focus on grows. So what should we do then? Should we not say anything and just pretend everything is fine? I can't do that. I can't do that. It's wrong. It's evil. It's filth. It's putrid. It's disgusting and it's an abomination. I am so sick of it all. There just aren't any words in my vocabulary to even encapsulate it, to express it, because there's so much, and it's Groundhog Day every day, same. You know, these slick businessmen with their pointy fucking shoes, man. You know, and it's so true because in Annie and Charles' last video and the one before that, the last two videos have totally resonated with me on such a big level. It's they just think it's all so wonderful. They really do. And they go off to their wine bars where they have these fucking conversations about how much money they've made and how expensive their car is and how they kick the shit out of a homeless person and how wonderful that is, and how you know what, it's incredible. It really is. And it doesn't do to just blindside it and pretend everything is okay, because it's really not okay, people. It's not okay. We have to continue to clean up our own consciousness of that, I am convinced, because this is mass consciousness, and mass consciousness is a virus. It's a virus. It's a sickness. It's a possession. A parasitical, dark infection that has to be rooted out. I just hope that it doesn't get to the point where it just destroys us all, because what I experienced, seriously man, 30 hours without a cigarette. When I gave up before, I did exactly the same thing. And it worked very well, and it was working very well this time. And then this wave of just pure darkness. It was unbelievable. I've never ever experienced anything like that. Well, I have, yes I have. But this was different. This was an assault. It was an assault. And it all started with that weird high-pitched sound, weird smells, weird little lights, weird glitches, weirdness. The feeling I get is that all of this is unprecedented, I don't know, but it's certainly not. It's more intense and weirder and crazier and darker than anything I've ever experienced before. Oh man. And to be surrounded everywhere. Where I live, yeah, there's people above, there's people there, there's people there, there's people there, there's people there, they're everywhere, right? And you just get the distinct feeling, rightly or wrongly, that it's like an oppression, like you're being squeezed somehow. I don't think I'm being paranoid because, well, I'm not the only one that's feeling that. People are conditioned, programmed to police each other, especially those of us who, you know, who are awakening. It's not a direct threat or anything, and like I said, generally I find that people tend to bounce off me, like I have some sort of force field around me, and they literally just poof, bounce off. And I also meet some wonderful people, don't get me wrong, really kind, because the postman, in his infinite wisdom, keeps leaving my parcels at the wrong address. But this really wonderful woman, this nurse, came and said, oh, somebody's left something over there, and, you know, people will do anything to help out, to be kind, whether they're awake or not, but they are good people, you see, that's it, they are. But you see, it's the constant stress upon stress upon stress, the stress fucking sandwich. That's what it is, right? A stress sandwich. And stress is trauma. That's what it is, it's trauma. And they do this on purpose. They do it on fucking purpose because they know that, I mean, the New Agers, they're saying, well, just let it go. And, you know, it doesn't work that way, you know. It doesn't work that way at all. They say that because then you end up feeling like somehow you're out of order, you're wrong, you should just be able to let that go. It doesn't work that way at all. It's a constant assault, it really is. And what happened this morning, that was just unlike anything. That was just like, what is this? What is this? Wow. I'm not going to giving up. I will try again. I will not give up because I don't want to smoke. It's interesting, you see, because there are people in the past that have said to me, but why, maybe smoking is good for you, because why else would the government tell everybody to stop smoking? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with tobacco being good for us. I don't. When they brought in the smoking ban in this country, all the pubs and all the clubs started emptying out. People no longer gather together to socialise in clubs and pubs. They don't. They now just stay at home and watch television and play video games and whatnot, being programmed. Now, when you're out and about in a club, you're at least communicating with people. You're socializing, you know, it's human contact, human experience. But people are doing that less and less. People are just basically not doing that because they're not allowed to smoke. And alcohol now is so ridiculously expensive that people can't afford it. So people just end up staying at home watching grotesque television which I had a look at stuff. I mean, I'm increasingly having a really hard time finding anything to watch that gets through my, you know, my filter, because there's a lot of stuff I will not touch with a barge pole. I just won't. Because it's like, it amazes me that people don't sit there and think, hold on a minute, I'm watching a television series which is about a serial killer torturing and murdering little kids. And that's called entertainment. I mean, think about that, people, right? That is really not right. Just really putrid shit, you know, of animals being tortured and murdered, kids being tortured and murdered, women and men, and just nature being destroyed. And it's like, oh, but this is entertainment. Or just like weird dystopian type shit, which is all predictive programming, you see, because on the one hand, they're saying, well, look, this is what dystopia is like, hence, ergo, you're living in a world where everything is just dandy, right? But we are living in dystopia. In fact, this is way beyond dystopia, people. So much, oh, totally beyond dystopia. This is fucking beyond language, yeah. Also, you see, people get it in their heads, this shit. It fills their brains, their consciousness. And it's predictive programming, because they use our consciousness to funnel their reality into being. That I'm convinced of, right? Which is why it's so important that we clean up our consciousness, but we don't do that by blindsiding and pretending that everything is okay when in fact it really isn't. We do that by really paying attention. We do that by feeling our feelings. But you know, sometimes it can get to a point where what you feel, what's happening to your consciousness, the virus, the worm, the evil worm within us, squirming so much that it's beyond endurance. So I don't really know what to do with that, I'll be honest. I don't really know. And please, don't start giving me all these suggestions of like, I don't know, drink bleach, that will help, or anything like that, because this is for me to sort out and to work through. I'm just talking about what's going on for me, and I don't need lots of people to give me suggestions unless they're really, really sound and they know from experience. But even then, it might work for you, it might not work for me, you know. We're all individuals, we're all different. But yeah, well, we're warriors. We don't just give up. We never have. That's why we're still standing in this sea of insanity. It's been really tough, people. It's like crank. I did a video ages ago about sugar and what it does to our bodies and what it does to our consciousness. Sugar is really, really bad, people. I would also suggest to not drink your tap water. It's the perfect delivery system, people. Don't drink your tap water. Don't do it. And, well, I don't know. Oh man, it's been a really off day. And at first I thought, well, there's no point doing a video if you have nothing positive to say. But then I thought, you know what, this isn't about just being positive. This is about talking about my experiences and how I feel at any given moment. And I might feel completely different. Maybe I'll have an insight in the night and I'll see it from a different angle. And if I do, I'll do a video about it. We're changing all the time, you know. We are. The external is impacting on us in a myriad of different ways. Not all of them negative. It's all utilised somehow. I do feel that. But it's in the dark times, in these dark, torturous experiences of emotion and of physical dis-ease and mental torment, that we often find ourselves wondering if we're ever gonna fucking get through this, you know, and where the fuck is this going? Anyway, battery's gone, so gotta go, people. Back to the proverbial drawing board or something like that. Wow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's hard, isn't it? Because it's so easy to believe evil's won and we're fucked. That's what it wants. I know it. So I'm not doing that. But today has just been one of those fucking days where literally I'm like, fucking hell! You know what I mean? Anyway, doo-doo.